Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. It's Friday, December 13th, so we have a Friday the 13th today. I just noticed that. So how's that going? That's going to be a good one for today. I have a feeling today's going to be a good day here on a Friday the 13th, and the heat map opened up and everything looks pretty decent. Nvidia is up there, Tesla's up, and Meta's down a hair. Amazon is down, it looks like a little bit. They're all kind of flat, but they are up just a tad bit, or Meta's just down a little tiny bit. And like I said, Tesla and Nvidia are both up. We'll go through them in a minute. We'll look at our Jolie's jumpers and see what's going to be popping for our Friday. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? Let's roll. It's Friday 13th. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at Agrify because it was trying to move back up yesterday. Let's see what it's doing. It is. I know I looked at it, and again, this is like a cannabis company, so I am very familiar with it, and it is trying to roll back up there. So keep an eye on it because it did pop way up the other day, got up to like over 84-hour area. It's back to 35, and it's curling back up here. So you might want to keep your eye on Agrify because it's not looking bad right there. AMBA, let's see what that's up to here. AMBA, this one looks like it's trying to curl back up as well. Let's see. AMBA, what's it doing today? That was yesterday, 71.78 to 73.78, and it's at 72. So keep your eye on that because that's not looking bad at all right there. AMPG, let's see what that's up to here. AMPG. Let's see. That one looks like it could be a runner this morning, or if that's yesterday, let me look. AMPG. And it did run up yesterday, it looks like, up to 320 from 227 to 320. And it closed at 225 today. It opened at 222. It got up to 236, but it's at 226. It does look like it could try to run up a little bit more. So keep your eye on AMPG. Let's see. BLNK. Let's look at BLNK and see what that blink charging's doing. It pulled back a little bit, but it's getting to be in a good spot down here, and it's going to probably get rolling off of that MACD and bounce here. So it's back to that 159, which seems to be around the bottom area, and it is going to get set up. And this time when it runs up, it will get cruising. So that's BLNK, and that will be moving relatively soon. So keep your eye on it. It should pull back just a hair more and get ready. Good old Buru. This one was getting crazy the last few days right here. Good old Nubaru. BURU. And this thing ran away around yesterday, 42 to 53, down to 25 and closed at 32. And today it opened at 37, went up to 39, down to 34, and it's at 35. So this thing is running around a lot. So it's a decent one you can trade right now because it has a lot of movement. So look for that bottom on Buru and then just run it up for the day and get out of it. So there you go with that. CHSN. Let's see what that Chanson's doing, whatever it's called. CNSCHSN. There we go. Chanson International Holdings is what it is. And let's see what it's doing here. That one's just pulling back. It could be basing out down here to get set up. So I'll keep an eye on that one. That one could get set up now and get moving again. So I will keep an eye on that. Good old DJT. Let's see what it's doing this morning. Just kind of flat right now. It looks like 36.22. It did run up a hair yesterday to 37, and it's not looking bad. Like I said, it is definitely setting up here, and it should be getting cruising relatively soon, I would think. So keep an eye on that DJT because it's going to be a mover relatively soon. DRUG, that good old drug, that one's been crazy, and I'm telling you, this one's setting back up again to get cruising. So if it had options, I'd be all over it, but it doesn't, and I'm not buying it at $40 a share. So DRUG is getting ready to rock and roll again. So keep your eye on it if you like it. That Bright Minds, it's about to get really bright minded again and get cruising because you can just see that setup happening. That one's going to be a nice one. Like I said, I wish they did have options on that. DXYZ is another one I wish they had options on. Just keeps running up, guys. This thing's an animal, but it is getting into the top here. So, it wasn't a top pull back down, but it is running back up into the top. Maybe this one will top it out and it'll get some pullback finally. And honestly, it's not going to come that low, maybe down to 48 if it does that. So, and I don't even know if it's doing that. We'll keep an eye on it, but it is a monster DXYZ. And EVGO. Let's see. EVGO. This one looks like it's running up. It looks like it was EV going this morning or yesterday, at least 647 to 778. And this morning, 678 to 719. It's at 707. It does look good. So EV Go does look pretty good. To go some more. So keep an eye on that. And GRRR, we've been looking at this guy for the last few days, and I know it's run up this morning. Um, it ran up yesterday quite a bit, 776 to 1015, and then this morning 921 to 1022. It's at 878 right now. So it has run up. It does look like it's trying to stay up in that top. So keep an eye on this GRRR. We've been looking at it for a few days, and it's been moving right there. And good old Hut, that was running around like crazy yesterday. It's back up a little bit today, but had a wild run yesterday. Yesterday it was 29.59 to 32.96 and then closed at like 27.90. And today 27.69 to 28.33 and it's at 28.16. So looking a little better after yesterday and trying to crawl back up. Maybe it was just a little dip to pull it back down. And it had pulled back the days before that too. So just been running around making some room on the chart and should get moving again. ISPC is at iSpecimen, and this thing looks good if it didn't already get cruising today. Yesterday it was 359 to 449, and this morning 455 to 5. It's back to 4. And that's what it says. It's at 4. And guess what? It still looks really good right there. So keep an eye on that ISPC. That one could still be moving. And it's still setting up too for long term, so it looks pretty good long term. That's a healthcare one. LAES we were looking at last few days, and this been running up semiconductor company. And let's see what it's doing. It looks like it's down a little bit this morning. It did close at 170 yesterday. It opened at 145, got up to 173, and it's at 165 right now. And that's at LAES, and it is in the top. Maybe it wants to stay up there. It's hard to tell. It's pulling back just a little bit, so we'll have to take a look at that today. And Pali, Pali, I know this was cruising yesterday as well. And like I said, I was talking to somebody about it the day before Wednesday night, and it did run yesterday, 181 to 360. And yet today it's 222 to 196. It's at 205. So have to keep an eye on that. It could be pulling back to just get set up again. Like I said, it had that run up. You could see it the other day, and it did do it. So we'll keep an eye on PALI, QUBT. These things look like they're trying to set back up again. So it does look like it's making a base, and maybe it'll get moving again next week. Good old Rivian. So yeah, we'll keep our eye on all them hardware ones and the quantums because they are going to be a good sector and they probably are going to get set back up. Rivian looks like it's still trying to run up there. It's at 14.18 and it's trying to curl back up. So keep an eye on Rivian. It looks really good again. And again, we were super early on that one. So there you go with Rivian. RMSG. This is that real messenger thing. It is hitting. I looked at this yesterday. As a matter of fact, it was right there because it was touching that line. And let's see what it's doing yesterday. 192 to 2, down to 171, and it's at 177. So we'll see what happens as it curls through. And but yeah, it did run up a little bit yesterday. Like I said, I did notice that. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it was right there hitting the line. I was saying that. So SATL, let's look at this if it's trying to get cruising back up again. This one did run pretty nice. Yesterday it had a nice little dip, could be its bottom, and this morning it opened at 360 up to 375. It's at 360. Maybe this is trying to get rolling again. We'll see. It did have a nice run right there. And Sezzle, SEZL. This one I'm keeping an eye on and gonna watch this one for some options because this one's at 315, but it ran recently up to like 460 something. I forget what it was, 470s. And we're back at 315 and it's dropped down there and it's gonna get set back up and run. So maybe next week that could be a good one. Sezzle, SEZL. So we will keep an eye on that one. And SGHC, let's see what Supergroup's up to. This one could be pulling back after running way up, and I know we had looked at it a little bit. And yeah, that one's just pulling back there, so let that pull back. And SOS, let's see what SOS is up to. That has that weird look down here. And this one's going to get set up, guys. So we'll keep an eye on this thing. SOS, it just has a crazy thing going on down here. And we will keep an eye on that next week. STBX, I think I skipped one, but STBX, Starbucks Group. Let's see what this is up to. STBX. We haven't looked at this. But it looks pretty good. It's right in that channel trying to curl up there. And this morning, 155 to 177 at 160. So STBX not looking bad. SPI. Let's see, SPI Energy. This one did jump up there. I think we did look at this before and said it was going to get cruising. I definitely remember this one. And yeah, it definitely got cruising, that's for sure. Yesterday it was cruising 31 to 52, and today 41 to 60. It's back to 45, but could get moving. It did jump up there, SPI's Energy, and we had definitely looked at that one before. Let's see, Sterling. Let's see what STRL's up to here. This one's just kind of making a base. It's going to get set back up here. It had a nice little pullback, and this one's going to get curled back up and look good. So that'll be a nice one. SYM Symbiotic. This one's getting curled up too. So this is another good one that's trying to get set up. And today it's at 227.49, and it's just sitting there. Yesterday it closed at 27.23, and it does look like it wants to creep its way up and get moving. So keep an eye on that. SYM and TF. What does that say? TFFP. Let's see what TFFP says. TFF Pharmaceuticals. I know we had looked at this way back before, and let's see what it's up to here. Um, why isn't it coming up for this one? Hold on, TFFP. I don't know. Anyway, it comes up for FinViz. It won't even come up for mine. I'm not sure what's going on here to stop. No, it still says yesterday's date and had a nice dip. I'll have to look this one up again. I remember we looked at it before. I don't know why it's not coming up, but it's just not coming up on mine. TNXP. Let's look at that one though. That one is trying to get moving into the top, and we were looking at it. TNXP. Here we go, TNXP. And yesterday it did run up 20 to 26. Today it's at 23 cents. It opened at 24 and it's sitting at 23. But it is in the top, and we'll see. It might stay up there. So watch TNXP. Could have a little bit of a movement. And that True Golf TRUG, we were super early on this. It's running up some more. I told you guys this thing was going to tee off. Yesterday it went from 48 to 84, and today 76 to 85. So there you go, a True Golf, and we were looking at that way down here in like the 40s. Could have been lower, like in the low 40s, could have been in the 30s when we were looking at it. And there you go. It definitely doubled. So there you go, a True Golf. And WKEY, Wise Key, we were looking at this as well, and it was popped up the last few days. And yesterday it went 243 to 389, and today it's at 330 to 345. It's at 338 and looks pretty decent to run up into that top. So keep an eye on WKEY because it's not looking bad. And there you go with your Joey's jumpers. Thank you, Asian Joe Lee, for them. And let's take a look at see what else is going on with you guys. STLA, let's see what that's doing. STLA. Oh, that was that Stellantis NV, that Netherlands auto manufacturer we were talking about, and it has been running up, huh? And it does look like it wants to get moving. So keep an eye on that. You're right, Luis Rodriguez. That has been moving. It's like kind of had that base look. It was moving up and then it made a base, and now it is getting cruising there. SOXL, I know that Soxel is the semiconductor was looking decent. Uh, and I think it was moving this morning. Yeah, up $1.62. We were looking at it last night, and that thing, I'm telling you, semiconductors and all are going to be moving. So keep an eye on all them bad boys. And MRVL is at Marvell Technology, and this is trying to curl back up. It's up $6 again. So keep an eye on that. Some great ones right there. Luis Rodriguez, I like them. Happy Friday 13th, everybody, and Luis Rodriguez as well. I know there was a couple people that wanted to see some stuff. PGHL, that's right. That's what I wanted to look at. Let's see what PGHL is doing here. It's making that big hook. Let me see. Let me see. PGHL, here it is. It's about to hit the line. Today it is 173. It came down to 138. What did it do yesterday? 146 to 148. Closed at like 138. This morning it opened at 173. It did gap up. So there you go. And it's just curling up to hit that line. Keep an eye on it because it's starting to set up now, and now we'll start to watch PGHL and see if it can get cruising. And that's that one that took that huge dip, and it ran like over 200 hours the other day, and then came way down. So that is at PGHL. What did it run up to? I forget. It was like 210 or something crazy. I forget what the heck it was. Um, November 27th. I can't even tell what it is. But anyway, it ran up like crazy, PGHL. And so there you go. We'll keep an eye on that right now, Terrence, and see what that's going to do. MLGO, let's see what that one's doing. I know that's a small cap China one. Let's see what that's up to. Oh, they just had their split, huh, on December 13th. So they are splitting today. So you know we're going to keep an eye on this one. MLGO, good look on that. Who was that? Irish Lucky. Oh, wait, it already ran up off the split. Unless, nah, this one's probably the split look. For whatever reason, TrendSpider doesn't give the immediate reverse splits for some reason on TrendSpider. It's the only thing that might be the only flaw I've ever seen with it. So yeah, sometimes when it reverse splits, it shoots it up and tells you that it was way up, unless it did shoot up, but I don't see it way up like that. Um, it says that it ran up to 280, so I don't think it went from 14 cents to 280. That's the reverse split look. So that's like I said, the only flaw on TrendSpider that I ever see is the reverse splits, which are that's not the end of the world. If that's the worst thing that it does, then it's a great program. And like I said, it's amazing because with it, I'm telling you, that's how we've been crushing this market. I can just see everything immediately with them trend spider charts, and it is awesome. So MLGO, we'll watch it today. Thank you, Irish Lucky, for sure. We'll keep an eye on that bad boy. Let me see if there was anything else. I think we got all them. Let me just take a look. Let me see if you guys want to see anything else. Good morning, W. How are you? And let's look at PW actually, that power right, because it is touching that spot, and I think you're going to start getting set back up. So we'll keep an eye on this as well. Keep an eye on it for bottoming out down here. That bottom was probably that 114. Today 115 is that today or yesterday was 115 yesterday, and Wednesday 114. That's probably its bottom. We were looking at it, and I think it might try to get curled back up, and that's that power right. It is going to be bullish, so we will look at it, and it could even try to bounce up today. So watch that PW and see what that wants to do. Let me take a look at crypto and see what that's up to this morning. Let me see what crypto's doing right here. It is down still, but Bitcoin's at 100,354. So not looking terrible. It's just a red this morning, but yeah, it's in a perfect spot right over that 10 right there, and it looks really good to continue up. So I think Bitcoin's going to get moving. Ethereum's at 3,912. It's down a little bit this morning, but let me look at it. Um, Another one over that 10 in a perfect spot. So I would say them two look great right there. Ripple's at 235. Let's see what it wants to do. It was under the 10. It's just making that base. The 10's coming down. It does look like it could try to push it down, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's just going to come through it and then curl it back up and get rolling again. So I think Ripple's just making a base up here at that 235, and then it's going to get cruising again. So that's Ripple, XRP. Solana's at 226. Let's take a look at this. This one was on its own different track, and this one does have that 10 coming down to it too. The 30's way up on it, and it could get pushed down, but again, it's making that base and it's going to set up to curl up. So Solana's looking pretty good right there to get set up, I would say. Doge is at 40. It's been making a really nice base right here around this 40, and it's going to another one just making a ton of room. So we're about to see another crypto run. This was just a little correction time and making room on the charts, and it's going to get rocking and rolling. Chainlink's up to like $28. That one's moving. Sheeb is down a little bit, but again, this one's been trying to get set up. It's right in between that channel, and it's going to get cruising real soon. So Sheeb's going to have a nice pop off. It never really ran to its all-time high like most of the other ones did, and it's going to. So keep an eye on that. WIF, we'll see what that's up to this morning. That's at 294, and this one jumps around a lot, so it's a pretty good one. Um, just some pullback right there. But yeah, it's going to try to make that base down here, it looks like, and then it'll go up with the rest of them. So that one could be a really good opportunity, and that's Laptop Travel's wife's pet rock right there. And let's look at Bonk right here, BONK. And like I said, this one's been pulling back quite a bit. It is making that base now, so I think Bonk will get cruising again. The 10's coming down, and so yeah, it's making a base and going to be looking better. But it did take a little beating right there because it did run up quite a bit, and that is Bonk. And let's just look at that Floki real quick, FLOKI, and let's see what that's up to. And that is getting ready to get cruising, guys. So keep an eye on that. And the VELOD is I'm pretty sure what that one is that we were talking about last night. VLOD USD. No, it didn't even come up. I thought that's what it was. Hold on. VLO US. Yeah, it's right here. It does come up if we were looking for it last night, and whoever was talking about it did run up over 100%. I did find it last night after the show. I was looking around because I'm like, I know that coin. I know I do. It was and now this morning it's actually trending on StockTwits, but it says VELOD on there. But yeah, I just got it to pull up on Coinbase, so absolutely on there. VELO. For whatever reason, it didn't seem to want to pull up last night, but during the show, and then last night I was messing around and I did see the VE. As soon as I hit VELOD, the USD thing popped up, and it was very strange because it should pop up when I hit U, not D, and then it started to come up. So I don't know what was going on with it, but I did find that one, and yeah, somebody was dead on the money with that one. It ran over 100%. So nice call on that. Whoever said that last night. So that was a beauty right there. So I hope some people checked that one out when we were talking about it because it went wild. And let's go ahead and look at our SPY and our big caps, of course, and see what they're up to. The SPY is up 244. And like I said, this thing just, they're just stair stepping this thing up. So it does have some pullback days, but generally when it pulls back, it's going up the next day is almost every look on it. And then it runs up a day or two and then pulls back a little bit. So you can almost see the pattern right there. And let's look at them. Apple's up 61 cents and it's still cruising up there a little bit. It's in the top. So, um, But we ran that one way up. Amazon's getting ready, or not getting ready, has been up at the top. And I was meant to say getting ready. It looks like to pop back up off the bottom of the top and get moving again, is what I meant to say. It's down 26 cents, just a little bit flat there. But yeah, it looks like it's getting ready to set back up and bounce again. So keep an eye on that. And Google, GOG, it's down 70 cents. It was up first thing this morning. I have a feeling you're going to see this thing try to get cruising again, guys. So keep an eye on Google because I it looks like it's getting ready to rock and roll again. It was 192 to 194. It's at 193 right now. And I'm telling you, it looks like it's going to get cruising again, especially after all that crazy good news. And Meta is down, but this thing's been running way up. I think it might just be a little bit of pullback here. META 627. Like I said, it's just didn't even get into the top. It's just brushing that top, and it's setting up super bullish. So Zuck's got something going on that's crazy over there, and Microsoft's been running up. It could get up into the top. It just took off really quick on us, and that happens. Nvidia, we've known this one's getting set up right here, and this one you're going to be looking at because it's going to get moving. It's up $1.74 today, and it's about to get cruising, guys. So keep an eye on Nvidia because that one's getting set up right there. And also, let's look at our Tesla real quick. If I could type it in, TSLA. Here we go. That's up $5. And this thing is just a monster. It just goes up nonstop. It pulls back and goes up. And let's look at Dell. It's up $2 this morning. And like I was telling you guys, this thing was going to get cruising. Dell has that look. They have something going on. I'm not sure what the heck it is, but they definitely have something happening on Dell. And I loaded up some options on that yesterday, and that's way up. So that's a beauty already. And I hope it just keeps cruising. So there you go. And that's why I posted it at the end of the day because that one was the most set up that I could see and looked the best. So there you go with Dell. And honestly, not every single day you have like a great one set up, but when you have ones like this that's setting up, you take advantage of them and then you just load up on it like how Google was. And then it ran up about $20 and it's going to get set up and run up some more. We've done it with almost every single big cap as they ran up. We did it with Snow. We did it with Apple. We've done it with every single one of them. And yeah, they pay out exponentially on these options. It's wild. And that's all you have to do is trade one or two, trade them smart and not over trade and overkill yourself. And you know what? It works out much, much better. So that's the angle to take. Look at SMCI. I bet that's getting set up, guys. It's looking really good. It's going to roll off that MACD. You can see that. So, yeah, the computer hardware, semiconductor companies, they're looking really good. And so we're going to keep our eyes on them. And let's look, what else did we look at? I just want to look at Oxy real quick. Let me see what you guys want to look at. But Oxy's getting set up too, OXY. So keep your eye on that thing because that one's getting set up to get moving too. And let's just take a look. Yeah, it doesn't look bad this morning. Google and Meta are just down a hair. And Nvidia, Tesla, Apple are all up. Microsoft's just flat there. And there you go with them big cappers. And we did our crypto. I know laptop travel's been super busy with work. And again, it's a Friday, so not the end of the world. If we don't do our laptop lowdowns, we'll get back to them next week. And so he's doing some work stuff. And yeah, we have some poppers and setting up to do. And like I said, keeping our eye on the semiconductor companies now because they're going to get set up to get cruising. Let me take a look at the scanner and see what's going on. Loop, we were not looking at this, but it's ran up this morning. It's up over 45%. LOOP, SPI Energy we looked at this morning. Remember, I told you I was keeping an eye on this LICN. I've been watching this thing. It's about to get down to that bottom part. It did run up yesterday, and now I think it's going to be bottoming out finally. So keep an eye on this LICN, and it is getting bullish up there. I'll say even at 140, you're at 22 cents. So if it runs like that, this is that Lichen China one, and you know it can do it. It was way up there, and it took a huge dip on December 6th. It went from 210 down to what 19 cents, and it closed at 48. And we're down at 22. So yeah, that 19 was obviously probably your bottom. I don't know. I think it's gotten lower. Yeah, it's gotten down there a few times. So that was your bottom right there, and I think this one's going to get set up to get cruising, and it could be like a monster run. So keep an eye on that LICN, True Golf TRUG's moving. VCIG, this one looks really good. This is one that we've looked at plenty of times here, VCI Global, and that's getting set up to move, guys. So keep an eye on that. VCIG looks really good this morning. Let's see what else. RIME, let's see what that's doing. Let's see what Rhyme's up to. This one's getting set up, guys. I'm telling you. I was saying that last night. As a matter of fact, I think it's bottoming out again, and you're going to see Rhyme start moving. So keep your eye on RIME because that one wants to move. LAES, we looked at the MicroStrategy things on there. The inverse one, it just stays in the basement. GOEV, keep an eye on it. We were looking at it. It's moving up. The RGTI is trying to bounce back up a little bit. We know Soxel's looking good. That AVGO went nutty off the earnings, but again, I'm not messing with earnings. I did say it looked good, but I wouldn't mess with it because of the earnings. But it did have that look like it wanted to run up. But even with the earnings, I'm not touching them. So it's all good. We won't hit every single one, but that one did look nice. And again, the video is getting set up here, guys. So keep an eye on the video because it's looking good. Let me just look over here on the volume side, see what's happening, and pretty much the exact same ones. LICN, I mean all the same ones honestly, except PRLH, Pearl Holdings, ran up. It's a shell company. Them shell companies can be wild. And this one we looked at, SPGC, keep an eye on it. It's that Saks Parente Golf. It had a nice dip down there. I was saying, I remember I did say watch for that little bounce yesterday. I don't know if it's doing the bounce. Let me look at it. SPGC. But it is going to get set up. Now, it's not bouncing, but it's going to crawl back up off of that dip. It's down at 37. It was just up at $1.53. So we're going to keep our eye on that one as well. And that's SPGC because that one will look good. And there you go. I think that's everything. Let me see if you guys want to see anything else. And yeah, everything looks pretty decent this morning. Like I said, the only thing's down a little bit. Google is down a hair. And what other one was down? Meta was down a little bit. Microsoft's flat. Amazon's kind of flat. Nvidia and Apple and Tesla are all up this morning. So there you go with them bad boys. And like I said, Dell, DELL, that's up $2 and that's getting curled up and ready to rock and roll. So let me see if you guys want to see anything real quick and I'll look at stock twits. Let's see, Jonathan, CGNT. Let's see that one. CGNT is Cognite software or something that is getting cruising up there. That's a good one to look at for today. It does look like it's going to get cruising. Yesterday it did, or 2 days ago. It's not even moving on here yet, but it does look like it's going to get cruising. Let me see if that has today's date on there. No, both of them have yesterday's date, but I would say that one does look good. Just not showing me anything this morning. RDW, let me see what that's doing. Redwire Corporation, RDW. That one's just kind of pulling back in the channel. Let that pull back a little bit, and then it will get set up. So maybe it made that base. The bottom could be that 1128 right there, and the other day. So we'll keep an eye on that one. It could be getting set up right there. Redwire Corporation, RDW, and the VCIG we just looked at. And yeah, that one does look really good this morning and setting back up. It's up 89 cents in a good spot. So just try to run that up as much as you can today. And there you go with that one. So there you go with them. And it's Jonah. Oh, my bad. What did I say, John? Jonah. I didn't even look, but sorry about that. And yeah, Jonah. There you go. And there we go. Let me look at the stock twits real quick. AVGO's up there, GRR, I can never say that, SOXL, and that CADL is probably going to be pulling back, guys. That thing was a monster run. It could get set back up, so we'll keep an eye on it. EVGO, we were looking at it and said that one was going to get moving, and it is EV going right there. So that's moving. And that VELO crypto coins on there. And again, we just looked at it. I finally found it. Costco, that one did have its earnings and it's up 228. And it has the craziest look, guys. I'm telling you, I couldn't mess with it now. It probably should curl up, but it looks like it wants to go up and wants to go down. Let me look at it on mine and see if I can get a better look. But yeah, it still looks the exact same. I think it will bounce up a little bit, but I would keep an eye on it. That CELH is that that's Celius. This thing's going to get cruising. We were talking about it last night, and it did run up some more. CELH opened at 32.40, got up to 32.64. It's sitting at 32.33. But yeah, that thing's going to keep running up there today. It's got a lot of room. And AST is a crypto coin, and RH is what is it? Is that that's not Robinhood, is it? It's no, it's RH. I didn't think it was Robinhood. This RH just ran way up. I know it was trending yesterday. I did see it was running. It's a 400 hour. It was at 397 yesterday, ran up to 465, and today 446 to 451. So that's what's trending on StockTwits right there. And boom, there you go. I would say that's a good pre-market for a Friday morning. Let me just see if anything else is crazy. I would say that's it right there. And I think I got everybody right there. So I called you Jonathan like 10 times, and it's Jonah. I'll have to remember it's Jonah. All right, I'll remember that. And sorry about that. And I probably butcher everybody's name, and I apologize. And there you go for our pre-market. So everybody have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, Jonah, thank you for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Laptop Travel and Asian Joe Lee for all your list and help. And W and O'Hare's Bastard Child, East Coast Beach Girl Tommy, and who is that? Free beer tomorrow. There you go. You have as much free beer. It'll be a weekend right there. And Dr. Brian Simon, we have a doctor on here. That's awesome. And Bong Pri Chan and Sherry, Game Changer. And there is a Jonathan on there, so that's probably why I get confused. Jay Kratz and Air Trout. And there's Tesserine. I talked to him. He's a great person. And Freedom Fighter, and another great Freedom Fighter is my buddy Jesse Vico, and he does great things for the veterans, and he is a veteran. So there you go. Have a great day, everybody. And my buddy Jesse, have a great day. I know he'll be probably doing tile work. He's a monster at tile. And there you go, guys. So that's our Friday. Everybody have a great day. I'll be updating the crypto and everything today. Let me know if you want to see anything. And there you go. So trade smart, lock in those profits, and there you go. Have a great day and a great Friday. Let me know if you want to see anything, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, everybody.